Alright.
Okay. And we're live.
Yes, we are.
We are okay. Nice. Okay, so I guess we're starting it. How many hours? Like 2 hours? No. Like 3 hours.
3 hours.
Pretty early. It's my fault because I have to have some business to attend to
Ooh,
later in the
business.
day. And I don't know if people can notice, but I am sick right now, so my voice is a little bit different than usual, but it's
Mm,
only like what the second episode, so I don't think that you're gonna know that much of a difference because you're not really used to my normal voice anyway.
not
So
yet. Not yet.
yeah, but yeah, how was your week, Tetsu?
Um, so my week. Wait, you didn't like introduce the show to everyone.
Oh, right. Sorry, maybe I'm a little sick. Yeah. Okay, this is the ElNido podcast, where two friends just casually talk about differences or similarities in life in Japan and America. This is because Tetsu right now is in Japan, Tokyo, and then I am in the LA, Los Angeles area in like Southern California in America. But yeah, we usually have these podcasts every week on Saturdays, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then for Japan, that's Sunday, 10:30 a.m. for Japan. But today, because I'm gonna be busy later in the day, I had to kind of reschedule it to have it right now. So
Ye-
yeah, that's about it. Last week we talked about, or not last week, last episode, because
oh
the
yeah.
the English one is bi-weekly. Sorry, I forgot to say that. The English one is bi-weekly, as well as the Japanese one. So next week will just be the Japanese podcast, and then the following week after that will be back on the English podcast. So we switch off every week. But yeah,
Ye-
I think the last episode we talked about, we started a discussion on Japanese colleges where Tetsu talked about how like the application process was.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I had like a call.
It's
Okay,
all
yeah,
good.
but yeah, it's like talking about basically, what to expect while you're trying to apply to colleges, universities in Japan. And I think we briefly discussed like um like tuition, right?
Yeah, we did.
Tuition, how it's really cheap compared to American universities.
Mm-hmm.
And um I guess that's like around the gist of what we talked about. I think for this one we're gonna be a little bit more in depth, like about talking about classes, the actual structure, like how your schedule look like. Um, but yeah, just like a reminder that this is only centered around like Tetsu's program and his department, which is obviously going to be different compared to other departments and other programs um, within Nagasaki University as well as other universities as well. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, just like a reminder, Tetsu is in a public four-year university,
Mm-hmm.
Nagasaki University, and then what department slash what department were you in?
Oh, so I was in department, a school of social science and global humanity.
Mm, okay, and then you were admitted as like a kikokushi, which is a
Kikokushijo,
returnee student.
returnee student. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is that? Like a brief explanation on that.
So returnee student is a student who lived in like other countries and just came back to Japan. So in my case, I'm a Japanese citizen who used to live in America, who just came back to Japan. So that makes me a returnee student. And
Mm, mm.
there's a lot of universities in Japan where Lithuanian students they're like a special exams for the Lithuanian student, which is most likely like a lot easier than just taking the actual exam, the entrance exam.
Right, right.
Yeah, so I
And
had it easy. Yeah,
I'm assuming that yeah, it'll probably be kind of similar for like study abroad students as well.
yeah, I guess.
It's probably yeah, maybe it's not, but um, yeah. So again, this is like I guess we're talking about like a special case for Tetsu, but
Yeah, I'm like a very special case. Like I'm not normal. I didn't get into university like normally,
but
and also like
I
my
think
personality is also weird, so it's all good.
but I think like hit the stuff we're gonna talk about, like classes and like what Tetsu saw in Nagasaki University will be relevant to people that are interested in studying abroad or even going to a Japanese university, like entering as like a official student. So
True, true.
yeah. But yeah, before we get into that, I guess we could like update ourselves, just have like a 5 minute discussion of
How our
what
week
we did,
was.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, how was it? How was it, Tetsu? Are you busy right now with work?
So like at work, we were like very busy this week. I had to like
Oh, really?
work overtime until like 8 p.m., which is not that bad.
Oh, shoot.
It's not
Oh.
that bad in Japan standards. Cause like
Yeah, yeah, that's true, that's true.
since I usually sleep at like 9:30 to 10, around 9:30 and 10. Um,
Oh, dang.
so like the time I'm like being the time I'm able to actually work is very short. So I just like tell everyone that like I'm too tired, I'm gonna go home a bit early, and it's like 8 p.m. And like the next day I check the like schedule and stuff, and I like
Yeah.
find out that like the other people they like stayed at work until like 10 p.m.
Dang.
Most likely because like I
Wait.
left too early.
Oh my. Wait, do you get paid overtime or no?
Oh yeah, I get paid overtime, so it's all good.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, we'll probably talk about this in our later episode, but Japan's pretty
The
the
work
work conditions
culture is very bad.
is yeah. You say it's kind of buraku, which means it's like it's pretty
It's bad.
shitty,
Yeah,
basically. Yeah. It's not like it's like I guess it's like buraku and white though. So like
yeah,
white is
yeah,
more like it's how would I describe it? It's white means like white no shigoto or white a job that's white is something that's um it's it follows what it's supposed to follow, like like the
yeah.
law, I guess not like rules. It's actually like legit, but then buraku, uh, a work that is black means it's kind of under the books. There's some shady stuff, and yeah,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
I think it's a lot more normal or common, right, for like a job place to be buraku,
In
right?
Japan, yeah, it is. And also depends
Yeah,
on what kind of job you're doing.
that is true. Yeah,
Like if you're working at like a supermarket, it's most likely black.
yeah.
Because you have to like work overtime and
It's
they don't pay you overtime.
yeah, yeah. That's even more like buraku. So
Yeah,
like at least Tetsu gets paid overtime. Like
yeah,
even though overtime is still not good, but
yeah.
there's like worse. So
Yeah. S-
dang. So wait, why was it that busy this week?
Like the program we're making, the program that we're making, like
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
company we're making for just made like a um little discussion where they were like, can you make this kind of features within the program within like a
Mm-hmm.
week?
Oh shoot.
So like the
Damn. So
due
it was
date
like
was
mostly
like,
like a
yeah, due date was like
a
Monday.
sudden request by a client.
Yes,
That's
yes,
that's pretty arse. I see, I see.
yeah. So that was bad.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, are you did you finish it though? Because it was a week, right? So
um, we finished most, but
okay.
we just couldn't get to the testing phase. So like we're trying to like finish doing the all the testing on Monday.
Okay.
So it
At
should
least
be
you don't
good.
work during the weekend. Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I thought maybe you had to like go in during the weekend or
Nah,
something. So
that's too bad. That's too much.
yeah. Okay. So I guess today and yesterday was the day to relax.
Yeah, and yesterday I met up with two friends that met
Mm.
in Taiwan when I was studying abroad. It was our like
Oh.
first time in like 4 or 5 years.
Oh shoot. Dang.
Yeah. So
Nice.
that was
Wait,
fun.
maybe we could talk about that too. In
Studying
today's
abroad.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
I
It's
see.
fun.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, Japan's a pretty like easy place, or Tokyo especially, easy place to meet with like a lot of people. So
It is because of the
yeah,
train system. The public
yeah,
transportation is very good.
and it's not too bad too. I think it's like I think if you pay like $2, 200 yen, so it's not
Mm-hmm.
really $2, but with like 160 yen maybe. But yeah,
One
it's
sixty dollar. Uh
oh sorry, yeah,
huh.
$160 or $1.60.
Yeah,
Or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, if you just pay that, you could move around the whole Tokyo loop system. Right? I think.
Yeah, I think it's about that
What is
much.
it
Yeah.
called? Yeah, Yamanote-sen, which is like the main Tokyo train loop that goes from Tokyo to like I don't know, like Ueno.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's the only ones I know, but like there's like other train stations that you can go around. So
There's also Shinjuku,
yeah, yeah,
Akiba,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hara. Oh wait, no. Shibuya. Yeah.
Shibuya. Yeah.
And maybe like Meguro. No, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know about Meguro.
Honestly, it's like there's so many like different cities or sectors. I don't know. Within Tokyo, you get lost easily. So
Yeah, you do. You do. A lot of district. Is it a district? Yeah.
yeah. I think so. Yeah.
So
All
yeah, that
right.
was my week. How's your week? Fuck.
My week. My week was so I got sick,
Oof.
right?
Oof.
Around Tuesday. So
Mm-hmm.
because of that, I had to kind of take a break from work. While I was doing remote
Ah.
work, and then I came in yesterday. And then yesterday after work, I went to Venice Beach because uh, so for people
Uh-huh.
that don't know Venice Beach, it's it's a pretty famous beach near Santa Monica,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty close to the UCLA or the university I work at. But yeah, Venice Beach is pretty fun because it's like a I don't know how to explain it. It's like a artist slash um like a weed addict weed addicts
Weed
like
addict.
haven. Yeah, because it's like where there's like a skate park at the
Uh-huh.
beach. There's a famous place called Muscle Beach where they have
Muscle Beach. Mm-hmm.
um yeah, actual like weight machines, like training exercise machines like out in the open, like on the
Damn.
beach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then there's like the whole I guess walkway street along the beach is full of like tattoo shops or like small like food vendors, and they have and everyone like that and in gift shops, and then everyone that works there like also like smoke weed in there too. Like everyone basically
Mm.
smokes weed there, but it was pretty fun. It was it was like one of those very lively and unique areas of
That's good. That's good.
near the L. yeah, Los Angeles region. But yeah, that was fun. It was like a nice break from work. So after work, I just went there and then just walked around, and I saw the sunset, which was nice at the
Ooh,
beach.
that's nice. Like at
Yeah,
least weed is not like illegal now, so I guess that's
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. But even when it was illegal in California, people still smoke a lot in Venice Beach and elsewhere, but Venice Beach especially.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah. Like I swear, like the only smell I could like smell is
Weed.
weed smell when I was at Venice Beach. So I was like, dang. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's cool, but
It's
I
not
don't
bad.
smoke. Yeah, I don't smoke that one. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was my week. So but yeah, we could maybe we should head into the topic.
I
Unless you have
guess.
anything else to say.
Um no, I'm all good. I'm all
Okay,
good.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. No, like urgent update that you have
Urgent
that happened
update?
in your life.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, I don't either. So yeah, I just got sick, and
That's yeah.
work was
That's not
normal.
good.
Work
That's
was
not good.
normal. So all
All right.
right,
Let's get to
let's get
the
into
main
it. So
topic, the meat of the
so
show. Mm-hmm.
yes. So yeah, this time I'll probably be asking most of the questions and Tetsu will be answering. But yeah, without further ado, let's begin.
Let's begin.
So, so you were part of the Global Humanities program or department, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was.
Okay. So then, I guess maybe let's start with like how your 4-year plan was. So like when university student goes in, whether it's your department or someone else's, like what's like
Mm-hmm.
the general 4-year like timeline? How does it look like?
So, like for my department, I think this differs in like all the departments in all the
Hmm.
universities. But for my department, the first year, it was mostly like introduction to what we were like going to be studying about within like the
Okay.
4 year. So it was
Hmm.
like basic knowledge of African cultures and like different cultures around the world. Um
Oh wow. Okay.
and like introduction to economic and like government stuff.
Mm.
And yeah, we also in the first year we also had for GE general education general, yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
GE, we had like Japanese university basically don't have any GEs, like actual GEs. Um,
Oh really? Wait, what do you mean by that? Like,
like in American universities, I assume that like GE is like learning like math and biology and all those like subjects you learn in like high school, right?
right, 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 right.
Right.
Maybe expanding a little bit further, but yeah.
Yeah. But in Japanese university, we don't have those, and like the only thing that is close to GE is learning a new language.
Mm.
So it's like our for like other departments they call it like the second language classes, and they have
Hmm.
like a choice from like French, Chinese, um, and I think it was like German
Okay.
for Nagasaki University, and
Hmm.
for us, it was called third language because like we also had to learn English. Um,
Oh, right, right, right.
so for that I took Chinese.
Oh, I see.
What else did we have for like
Wait,
GE?
wait. So like,
Uh huh.
so then your GE the same as like the other departments? Like, was it just the G's were like mostly
Yeah,
similar for? Oh, okay, okay.
all the GE should be like the same for the whole university, no matter what
So
department.
you didn't. So like for the university, like
Hmm.
the GEs weren't like physics classes or
Nah,
physical science, or so it was only like language classes
it was
that
like
people had to take.
you have to take a language class, and
Hmm.
I think you had to like take a take a class from like different department. Like there's like a little list of classes that you could take for those, and it's
Okay. Oh, so
basically
you
uh-huh.
so you had like a pretty good option. So for your GE, it's like you
Yeah,
don't have to take math. It's like it just has to be classes from another department under this list. So
yeah.
what classes were in that list? Like what kind of genre or topics like class?
Genre or topics. I don't remember, but like the one that I took was
Hmm.
like basics on system information stuff.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I
So
see, I
like
see.
secure like cyber security and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so within that list, there's like a lot of topics then. Like
Yeah, there's
it
a
could be
lot of
like more
different
science
ones.
related ones,
Mm-hmm.
or it could be more cultural, social,
Yeah.
or economic. Okay, okay, I see.
There was also some classes where it was like a media, basic media class, where
Mm,
they just learn about like how to like read newspapers correctly and stuff.
I see.
Uh,
So then for your GEs, then you only had to take two classes then technically?
yeah, basically. One
Okay,
for like your
okay.
first semester and like the second one for your second semester.
Mm-mm. Oh, right, right. Nagasaki's a two semester or
Yeah,
a semester system, right?
yeah.
I see, I see.
So yeah, Japan doesn't have
Okay.
that much of a GE. So like if you go
Mm,
okay, so the next thing that I should like explain is like bunke and rike. Um
all right, right.
so bunke in Japanese university there's like all the departments could be divided into like two sections, which is like bunke and rike. And bunke, how do you say bunke? Is it
It's
like
more like,
liberal studies?
yeah, liberal, like social sciences, I think. Social sciences is bunke, basically.
Yeah, like bunke is basically non mathematical
Not
classes.
non-STEM. So yeah, I think you could just organize it into STEM and non-STEM. So non-STEM is
Non-STEM.
bunke,
That's true. Yeah,
yeah, and then dike is STEM,
STEM. Yeah.
yeah.
So like for those non-STEMs classes, people who takes like non-STEM classes like they haven't learned math in a while because like they start those like
Mm,
they start separating those classes within high school, right?
hmm.
So like most
Oh,
people
right,
who
right,
goes
right.
into like non-STEM areas, the last time they did actual math is like middle school.
Wait, I forgot. So like in high school, you already choose your classes. So like if you're like I'm gonna do a non-STEM major or I'm gonna do a STEM major in college, while in high school, you
Hmm.
take you take more non-STEM classes or you take more STEM classes based on that?
Yeah, like because in Japan, high school
Mm.
is not the required education.
Right,
You don't
right,
have to
right,
go to
right.
high school. Like yeah, so
Right. Yes, for those of you that don't know, high school in Japan, it's kind of like college too because you have to
it
apply
is.
to get in to good high schools. Technically, I think the mandatory or required education is only up to middle school, right? So,
Yeah, mandatory education
so
is
yeah,
only up to middle school.
I see, I see. Okay, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, so since we don't have any like GEs, most Japanese students who goes into like non-STEM
Hmm.
departments, most of us don't know how to do any like basic math, including myself. Nothing
Okay,
past
okay.
calculus.
Well, technically, like Tetsu went to high school in America, so you have more math experience or more recent
well,
math experience than some of the non-STEM majors, right?
I don't, cause like apparently Japanese students they do like calculus within like middle school,
Oh, okay.
and
No,
they
but
do
but
like
since
calculus in like high school, like GE in like the first year in high school.
oh, okay,
And like
okay, I see.
I never took calculus.
Wait, you never took it?
No, only went up to pre-calc.
Oh, okay. Never mind, never mind.
And I don't remember anything
But yeah,
about pre-calc. Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure like if you're taking like an economics class or a statistics class, you'll have to learn some of it, right? For your
Yeah, we do. Like if you're taking like
okay, okay.
macroeconomics and
Mm-hmm.
microeconomics, you do have to learn those.
Mm-hmm.
But in like Japanese universities, like economic is economic economic is within the non-STEM
Mm.
area. So like they don't make you do those like advanced economic calculations. They just
Oh,
stick with the
really? Okay.
basics. Yeah. And
I see, I see.
for me, who never took a calculus, I didn't know how to solve any problems. So like I failed that class.
Oh
The
my.
only class I failed in
Oh no.
universities. I just couldn't do the math. So yeah,
Oh,
it was bad.
sad, sad.
It was bad.
I mean, well, you know, right now you're doing like programming or coding, so that's math basically, right? Or you
Yeah,
need to know
basically.
some math skills for that. Yeah, so in a way, you haven't really like let go of math yet.
It's not like programming is not like math, but like you have to think like it's math.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, it helps if you know
Yeah,
like what the calculations or what your code is actually doing. But
yeah.
yeah, anyway. So I guess let's go back to
The actual.
that timeline, the timeline of like, when you start a university, like, first year you said it was
Right.
mostly like GE, right?
Well,
And
first
what
year
else
is
did you say?
mostly like introduction classes.
Okay, so those aren't GEs at all
It's
then. So
not
those are more
GEs,
like
yeah.
so those are specific to your
My
department,
department.
right?
Hmm.
Okay, okay, okay.
About like African cultures and like basic economics, basic government,
Mm.
and all those stuff.
See, I guess that's interesting because from like the very start
Hmm.
in Japanese university, you already take classes with people within your department, and
Yeah.
you're kind of, I guess, not isolated, but you're already like within your group. But
Hmm.
for like American universities, since we have a lot more GEs, you have to take one physical science class, um one like what life science class, and one health,
Mm,
one music or arts class or something like that. You have like multiple
damn.
classes you have to take for your GEs. So that's why like um you your first 2 years maybe you like take classes with people that are like random, like you could be
Ah,
like a programming student, but you take classes with like a music major student, because you're both taking like a social studies class or something like that. But
hmm.
like I guess for your case, like for your university, you were mostly like from the first year you were already only taking classes with other global humanities students, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I see, I see.
Yeah,
So then I guess
uh-huh.
for your first year, it's mostly GEs, or no, it's mostly
Well,
those
yeah,
introductory classes.
yeah.
Okay.
Introductory classes. And then the second year of
Mm-hmm.
college, um, we get into the we well, it actually doesn't like change much, but it just like goes up a bit. The level goes up a bit. So introduction, and then second year you just like focus on like you just choose what topics you were interested in the introduction in the first year, and you just
Mm-hmm.
dig deeper into that topic in the second year.
Mm,
And the third
I
year
see, I see.
is basically getting ready for the graduate thesis. and fourth year is mainly just graduate thesis.
Right. I
Yeah.
see. So I guess let's go back and then maybe we gotta explain, how Japan's not really like with units and like if you have enough units you graduate like that also, but it's
Hmm.
kind of centered on the thesis, right? Your topic or your thesis that you present, and if you get the okay or thumbs up from the department, then you graduate, right?
Yeah, yeah, that is partially true, but like we also have units like there's like required
Okay.
classes you have to take to graduate, and like all those
Hmm.
required classes is basically all the introduction classes and all the classes you take on your second and some third year.
Okay. Right. So then, so you have to take required classes and units, and
Hmm.
then you also have to you have to have like a thesis, like
Yeah.
that you have to do, right? What is this thesis, I guess?
All right. So
Um,
from your third year, I think, from your
mhm.
like second semester of your second year, you start choosing your supervisor teacher or
Okay.
professor. Yeah. So that professor will be like supervising your graduate thesis. And most likely your graduate thesis is going to be on the subject of that professor's subject specialties.
Mm.
Um and to choose those you have to you have like a little interview with the professor, and the professor chooses like a few students.
Okay.
And yeah, and like most teachers, most professors like takes in about like 3 or 4 students per year
Hmm.
for the graduate thesis supervising. But in my case, my teacher wasn't that popular, my professor wasn't that popular, and like I was like the only one.
Oh, really?
I had like one-on-one coaching on graduate thesis.
Oh, sure. Okay. Wait, so for your thesis, what do you have to do? Like, do you have to write a report? Like have like a
Hmm.
so like have an argument or like a thesis, right? And
Yeah,
then you write a report based on that, and then do you like present it in front of people at the end of your fourth year?
yeah. So graduate thesis, you actually have to do some like research, like not like you have to choose what kind of research you want to do, like
Hmm.
interview research and like book research and stuff.
Hmm.
I chose interviewing, and I just interviewed a bunch of people, and my thesis was
Oh, okay.
basically like gathering all the information I got from the interview. But yeah, at the and after you finish writing your thesis, you turn in your
Hmm.
thesis, and there's like a little presentation for your thesis in front of couple professors and some students if they're interested in your topic. So anyone could like
I see.
come in and just watch your presentation.
Okay. And
Um.
then how
Mhm.
how do they decide whether your thesis is good or it passes?
Oh, so your thesis, your supervisor professor chooses if you graduate or
Hmm.
not. The
Okay.
actual presentation doesn't matter as much,
Hmm.
but it's just like if you do good at the presentation, the professor just has like a bragging rights.
Oh, okay. I see.
Basically. So all the professor want you to do good because like they want to brag to other professors.
Mm.
My thesis was a disaster
Why?
during the
Wait, so what
presentation.
was your thesis? What was your thesis,
So I
first
did
of
my
all?
thesis on happiness. Like
Okay.
um what is a standard of human beings happiness, you know?
Okay.
Like you know how like
Hmm.
we all say like a dog is happy as long as it get the walks and like get daily foods and stuff. Like we choose
Right.
what happiness is for like certain animals, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what is the human standard of like happiness? Like, if I'm gonna do that to humans,
Right,
what
right.
is their like standard of happiness? So like I just like interviewed Taiwanese, Japanese, and American people,
Okay.
and I just like went through the interview results, and my
Well,
conclusion was people are happy as long as they have money and love.
I see, I see.
and
Why was it a disaster? Oh wait, sorry. Yeah.
like it was a kind of a disaster because like one of the professor who was like listening to my presentation, he was all
Mm-hmm.
like, um what is this research gonna do any good in our society? And I'm all
Oh, was that
like,
like a question
yeah, one of
that
the
that
question
oh, okay.
he asked me the person because like, he couldn't see what good it would do in the society. Like why were
I
you
see.
doing this research in the first place? And I was
How
all
did you
like,
how did you answer that?
I just said it's just for myself. It's just
No, you
for
gotta
my
just
entertainment.
bull you have to bullshit it. You have to like be like, oh, you know, I don't know what your conclusion was, like your thesis topic was, but
Uh-huh.
like, or not, sorry, what your thesis was, I guess, like the
Hmm.
argument, but like, you could be like, oh, um, it's beneficial to understand if there is like a cultural difference in happiness and stuff like that and standards. So then I don't know if Taiwanese people have like are more happy with this kind of stuff than you know policies and whatever kind of geared towards that could help with morale or
No,
how
no.
people are like going well or like their welfare and health and something like that. Some
No.
bullshit like that.
I just
You could
like
have said something like
stood up
that.
straight with all my confidence. And I just told them that it was my own satisfaction.
What did the prof say? I was like, good for you.
Yeah, good for you. Okay then.
Oh, what?
No, and also my supervisor, professor, also told me to say that if that kind of question comes up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just tell them it's
I
just for
see.
your own satisfaction.
Well, I mean, you graduated, right? So,
Yeah,
it was good enough.
cause
Good enough,
my
yeah.
cause my um cause my supervising professor actually liked my thesis. Well, he didn't actually care about the topic or like the inside of the thesis.
Oh, okay.
He didn't care. He just it just like mattered if I turned it in or not. Cause he was like an old professor. He was like in his like 70s.
Oh,
And he was
shoot.
like planning to
Dang.
like retire that year, so he didn't care.
Oh, okay, okay. I was
He
like,
didn't
oh
care
yeah,
as long as I
I
had
see.
a good time writing my thesis.
I mean, maybe that's relevant, happiness. He's
Yeah,
like, yeah,
it
as
is.
long as you're cool and you enjoy it, then it's cool. Then yeah.
It's all good. I found my happiness doing
Well,
that happiness thesis, so it's all good.
so then Tetsu, how did that help you in your or in your life currently? Does it help you
Nah.
after doing that? No.
Like
Are
how
you
does
more
that
happy?
help?
Are you like, a happier person because you did that thesis and like the things you learned from that?
Like I think it would be more impactful if the actual result
Mm-hmm.
was like something I wasn't expecting.
Oh, okay.
But like it
Or was it
ended up
just,
being money
well,
and love, which is like very obvious.
I guess so, yeah.
So yeah, and like human
I
being
see, I
is
see.
happy as long as they have love and money.
Well, you graduated. That's what
Yeah,
matters.
And like
That's why you go to college anyway. So.
that's also a huge difference between American and Japanese universities. And
Mm-hmm.
like our major depends on the topic of the graduate thesis.
Mm-hmm.
So like basically my major is in like philosophy, I think.
Oh,
Is it
oh, I
philosophy?
see, I see.
I don't know what
Yeah.
subject my thesis actually like goes into, but I think it's philosophy.
So you're saying that whatever thesis like you do,
Hmm.
that's what shows up, or that topic, shows up on your diploma. So like when you graduate, it's like it's
Oh
whatever you did on your thesis, right? Is that what you're saying?
well, actually, I just checked my diploma. Um,
Oh, you
the
have it? Oh,
diploma doesn't say anything about your major.
oh, really?
They
Okay.
just have the department you graduated from. So like,
So do you even have a major then in Japan?
so we do have a major, which is like
Mm-hmm.
our topic on our graduate thesis,
Right.
but that actually doesn't matter unless you're actually planning to go into grad school.
Mm.
Like if you're
So it
going
just
into
has your
grad school, your major matters because like that's gonna be your like actual major during your school. But
right, right. But then it only has like so technically when you graduate,
mhm.
it only has your department and it doesn't have like your major or anything like that. Then
No,
or you
nothing.
don't have a major then, like in an official way.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, we don't.
I see, I see. Well, I guess that makes sense because in Japan, it's mostly like you don't it doesn't really matter what you did in the university as long as you graduate and
Hmm.
then you just go to like some random job, right? Or like
Yeah,
like a job that sometimes doesn't even like matter
it doesn't really
or
matter.
sorry, um some job that doesn't really like relate to what you studied. So I guess in that way, you know, in your diploma or your official graduation like status, it doesn't
Hmm.
have like a major. That kind of makes sense because then it's like the most important thing is like not what you studied. It's like what you that if you graduated or not.
If you
So
graduated or not, and what school you went into, it's like the only thing that
right, right,
matters.
right. Okay, I see, I see. That
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense.
So as long
So
as you
then,
graduate, it's all good.
okay. So then, yeah, I guess for
So
Japan,
yeah.
then, in order to graduate, obviously need to have your units for
Hmm.
for your department, the classes, the required classes, and then your thesis, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I see.
Like that system
So,
is
yeah.
good. It's good
Mm-hmm.
because it's a lot easier to find a job, but like it's
Okay,
bad
right, right,
because
right.
like basically the 4 years is like basically wasted or not wasted, but like doesn't matter.
Or like for status or like it's not really training. It's I guess yeah.
Yeah, like your 4 years in college doesn't really matter. So like nobody actually like most Japanese college student doesn't try doing university unless they're planning
Like
to go to
unless
like graduate school and stuff.
right, right, right. I see, I see.
So like in
So yeah,
Japan,
I guess.
Japanese
Mhm.
university classes, there's a lot of people who just like skip classes because of it. Because they just need
As
to
long as
pass
you
the
just
class.
right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Nobody
I
attends
mean, same
class.
here. Same here.
Mm.
Like people are like, especially like engineering students. They're like, yeah, C's get
Ah,
degrees, so like you just have to pass your classes, do the bare minimum, and as long as you get the,
degree.
you know, yeah, yeah, then you'll be fine.
Mm.
Yeah, but
That's
yeah,
true. That's
I
true.
mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. But like, I guess it's whatever you study is like less of a concern in Japan compared to America.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I see, I see. So I guess yeah, that was the timeline, right? So first year, first 2 years you do your introductory classes
Hmm.
for your department, and then your third year you take like the more advanced classes, specific classes, while also like kind of working with professors and finding like an advisor for your
Yeah,
thesis, right?
yeah.
Okay. And then your fourth year, do you even take classes on your fourth year, or do you just
Most
mainly
people
focus
don't.
on research? Oh, okay.
Because like most people by the fourth years, they already have all the credit they need to graduate,
Hmm.
except for the graduate thesis.
Okay, okay. I see.
So most like fourth year college student, they don't even go to class. Well, they don't even have any classes except for the graduate thesis. So
Okay,
they
okay. So
basically
like
like
that
go
whole
back to their like homeland and like just do the graduate thesis from their like parents' house.
oh, remotely?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. I see. I just remembered,
yeah,
yeah, you were while you were doing your thesis, you came back uh
yeah,
to Southern California, yeah, during
yeah.
that time. And I think you interviewed like me and like people around here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, yeah, for your thesis, right? I remember you asking questions about happiness.
Yeah, and I also like interviewed during the Taiwan,
Oh, right, right, right.
Taiwan studying abroad. I just asked random people about their happiness.
Right,
So
right,
that was
right.
fun. Yeah.
Okay, I guess let's move on. And then so I guess yeah, like let's talk about classes then.
Mm.
Like what kind of classes did you have to take? Like I'm assuming because um you know what is it? You do your major stuff in your third and fourth year. Like the first few
Yeah.
classes are like classes that everyone in your department takes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What were they mostly?
About
Mhm.
like honestly, I don't remember at all. Like I just I just remember this one class that was
Mhm.
like I forgot what the class was called. I think it was like Introduction to Japanese Culture or something.
Oh, okay.
And like the only thing the teacher talked about was like how good Takarazuka is. And for those who don't know what Takarazuka is, Takarazuka is like all female play, all female
It's like a
Broadway.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like a group of actors or
Or
actresses
actresses.
in like a yeah, like theater
Yeah.
basically.
And the teacher was just talking about how good Takarazuka is and like how big of a Japanese culture it is and how it impacted Japan's culture and stuff. Um,
For the whole class.
for the whole quarter of a class, and
Oh
the
my
other half of
gosh.
a quarter was like she was talking about how good Ghibli is
Interesting.
and how she loves Totoro and like how
That just sounds like it's like I'm just gonna talk about whatever I want to talk about
yeah,
for this
basically
class or something. Oh my god.
basically that's like every class in Japanese university.
Does that even help you?
It doesn't. Like I
You're just
already knew
listening
how
to some
good
like
Ghibli was. I
yeah, you're just listening to some middle-aged woman or dude that's just speaking like, well, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, that's just speaking like whatever, and then you're just listening to like
yeah, and it was also funnier because like the teacher that was speaking that was like doing
mhm.
that class was like I think she was like I think she was from Netherlands.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, so it was like a tall white woman talking about how good Ghibli is.
okay. I see, I see. I think
Like
if you're talking about Japanese culture and you're like about the appreciation of Japanese
uh-huh.
culture, then it makes sense that you're like a foreigner from a
That's true.
foreigner's
That's true.
perspective, you're talking about it. So wait. So like going back, is it like for your department, is it all or most in English?
For yeah, it was for me. It was mostly English because like I took like mainly English classes.
Okay, okay. But there were Japanese classes, or was
Yeah,
it
there
just
was.
mostly? Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and what else? What else do I remember about my class? There was one class about peace study and
Oh,
how
okay.
like
Is that with
mhm.
like the Nagasaki Memorial, Peace Memorial nearby, and then
Oh yeah, yeah,
talking about. Okay, okay.
talking about like how we should like disarm nuclear weapons and stuff. Um,
Mm, mm.
but the main thing the teacher talked about was like his time in Philippines when he was a student.
How is that relevant to the
Not
peace?
much. He only talked about how everyone in Philippines, like everyone
Mhm.
who's able to go to college in Philippines, are very rich, and everyone has like private helicopters and stuff.
Oh my. Are you sure like that's only like the things that you learned about? I feel like it's mostly like you only remember it because those are like the random like what is this dude talking about? You know, like you
Yeah,
only
like
remember like the weird stuff. Are you sure that's all he talked about? I'm pretty sure like
it was
all
like
these
all he
teachers
talked
talked
about.
about.
No, like
Nah, I don't believe
to
that.
be
I
serious,
think you
like
only.
he talked about his time in Philippines, and he also talked about his time when he was in the actual peace something global peace something, and like how he actually took part in like those like international peace or
Mhm.
peace meeting and stuff.
Okay, okay, okay.
But like that was like only like a few days within the semester.
It was mostly talking about his
Mostly about
time
his like
as a.
time in Philippines and like his time abroad, having a great time.
Oh my. I see. Yeah. Wait. This is like completely unrelated. I just wanted to check if the recording's doing fine, right?
Yeah, it looks fine.
Everything's
Yeah.
good. Okay. 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 All right. Okay. Going back. So then. Okay. So we just talked about classes and then most of them that you took were English speaking classes. But
Hmm.
like overall, for your department, was it mostly English speaking classes, or
Um,
like did you have classes that were only taught in Japanese? But was that like in the minority of classes?
there was a lot of like I think most classes was taught in Japanese,
Oh, okay.
but like most of those classes, the Japanese classes was mostly about like Japanese law and stuff,
Oh,
and
I
like it
see.
was more the like domestic topics than compared to like international topics.
I see.
Or
So
like
most of the international
uh-huh,
like are classes that concern more about like international global stuff were in English.
most, yeah, most.
Okay, okay. And then were the students like your classmates taking the classes with you? Were they mostly like from foreign countries or were they like Japanese native?
They're mostly from Japanese native, but like
Okay.
the English speaking classes, there were like a lot of exchange students
Okay, okay.
from like different countries, and
Mm,
most
I
international
see.
students were like confused about the class.
Why is that?
They were all like, "What does this do? Anything? What does this topic do? Anything with the actual class?
That's what you
What is
mean.
this
Okay,
class?"
okay, okay.
They were all
Like, why do I have
confused.
to learn about Ghibli or,
Yeah, what do I have to learn
Takarazuka?
about? Why do I have to listen to him about like his memories in Philippines?
Oh, okay, I see. I
It was
see.
bad. It was bad.
Okay, well, I mean, it might be different for our other
Yeah, yeah.
departments,
It
right?
was only my
Okay, okay,
department.
okay.
I'm pretty sure it's only my department.
Hey, don't shit on your department that much, you know? some people might be like, oh, I'm listening in to this podcast and our former student is talking shit about our department.
But like my department, it makes sense that it was like kind of bad. It kind of makes sense because like I was the like my group. Well, the my year, my yeah, people who came in with me in the college was like it was the third year, so we were like the third group of students that went into the
Oh,
department.
oh, right, right.
So like no one had it figured out what this like department was about.
It was a young department,
It was a
so
very
like
young
they were still
department.
they were still trying to like create like like a course curriculum, what you
Yeah,
have to do and stuff like
basically,
that. Okay,
basically.
okay,
So like not even
okay,
like professors
but
knew what like they were supposed to teach about.
but
They
I
didn't
feel like
know.
if you're teaching a class about
Hmm.
Japanese culture, you can't just be talking about, oh, I love Studio Ghibli, I love Takarazuka for like the whole semester.
The whole semester. We even
Oh,
like
wow.
watched the whole show on Takarazuka and the whole movie, a whole Ghibli movie during class.
Oh, wow. You know what? Maybe I should be a professor in Japan, I
Maybe.
just have to be like, I'll teach you about Japanese culture, and we could watch anime the whole day or something.
Explain how like Japanese anime is like different from like other countries' anime.
Yeah, basically.
How unique it is.
Oh my. Okay. Well, okay. Well, not to shit on Japanese universities too much, but okay. So you had classes, and most of the ones you took were in English, but there were,
Hmm.
Japanese ones in your department. I guess how I was gonna ask a question about like Nagasaki University as a whole, like within Nagasaki University, like
Hmm.
what was like the really popular like departments or like studies,
So
where people like for American example, or in my universities, like computer programming is really popular, and then you had engineering, biology types. But
what
what
is
about for you?
popular? I'm not sure, but Nagasaki University was famous for its medical school.
Oh, okay.
So like yeah, we were all the Nagasaki University is like all into medical stuff.
Hmm.
Um
I see.
like my supervising professor is actually from the middle school department.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
Oh,
when he was
shoot.
younger, he actually went to Africa to like cure all those diseases. I forgot which one.
Oh, shoot. Oh, like Ebola and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
Ebola. He went out to help out Ebola
Oh,
when he was
wow.
younger. Yeah.
Wait, so he's not really like a global humanities. Oh, I mean he is, but like he's not like a philosophy
No,
professor.
his
He's like more like a
global
medical or
global health. I think he was in.
oh wow. Dang,
Yeah,
you had a pretty cool person then as a
I did.
supervisor.
I did. And like my supervisor, he's an actual graduate from Tokyo University, and he
Oh
went to
wow.
graduate school in Harvard.
Dang. Super student. If you don't know, Tokyo University is basically the Harvard of Japan. So
Yeah, the best university in Japan.
dang. And then he's just like a right now he's like a happy, carefree
Yeah,
oji-chan,
yeah,
old grandpa
old man. He's
that's retired now because that was like what 4 years
4
ago,
years
three
ago.
years ago.
I hope he's retired.
Hope
Like he was
I don't know. I
planning to retire after my year, but like he
mean,
forgot to like turn in the application. He had to stay for
oh
another
my
year.
gosh,
And then the year
oh my
after that,
gosh.
he actually became like the head of the department.
Oh shoot! The heck?
So like I don't know if he were like actually able to retire.
Damn. He's like a carefree, like Tinnin kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
Wait, but he wasn't popular at all, like with the
Well,
like people like students coming up for his thesis advice.
he wasn't popular because like we never had his class.
Oh, so
Cause
people
like
didn't even know much about him then.
he only taught like one class in the department, and
Mm-hmm.
like we take that class in our junior year, our third year. So
Oh,
like
okay,
at that
okay.
time
So
when
like
we were
by
supposed to like choose
by
a
then,
yeah,
right,
we never
right.
met him or anything, so we didn't know who he was.
Wait, how did you find him then?
Oh, my GPA was pretty low.
Yeah.
My GPA was pretty low that
Okay.
like um nobody wanted me.
Oh, so you went to like a lot of people and then like shokyoho, like
Yeah,
you
and I just got into
okay.
that guy. At
Oh,
in
okay.
the
So
end,
he
he
was
was a great teacher. He was a great
yeah,
professor.
yeah. I mean, yeah, he sounds like a cool dude.
And like the class you
Dang. So
take
I
in
mean,
his junior year, like the class you
mhm.
take that is taught by him, the first thing he says to the whole class is like, "This class is very hard to fail."
Oh, really? Oh,
It's mainly like it's impossible to fail his class
I
as
see.
long as you like show up.
So yeah, I mean, I think like even though like he was like your not last choice, but like the only choice you got,
Hmm.
I think it worked out well.
Yeah, he was a best choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fate or life.
like yeah, he let me do anything. He let me like do like choose any topic I wanted.
Dang.
And yeah, so it was
I
all
see.
good.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No. He sounds like a pretty cool person. So,
He was. And thanks to him, I like
okay.
finished my thesis like very early.
Oh, really?
And yeah,
Like
yeah,
compared to other people?
like compared to other people, like last week, like a week before we had to like turn in the thesis,
Hmm.
everyone was like all like stressing out and trying to finish the thesis, while I was like
Oh,
just like walking around, not doing my thesis because I
wait.
already finished it.
How early did you finish it?
I finished like a month before it was due.
Oh, shoot. Dang it.
So like for like the whole month I had nothing to do.
Dang. That's
Yeah,
pretty early.
it was.
Okay, okay.
I didn't suffer.
I
Uh-huh.
guess. Oh, wait, sorry. I guess we're nearing the, or actually, yeah, we basically did
Oh,
like the 1 hour. But I was gonna ask like one last question. Like,
E
it's more about like I guess like demographics. Like
demographics. Uh-huh.
uh, yeah, yeah. So like, were there more like male students versus female students like within
Mm.
your department overall in Nagasaki?
So, like I said, like Japan, like Bunkei Rike, we separate Bunkei and Rike. What was it? No STEM and
So that
STEM.
that, that
Um,
non-STEM and STEM, yeah.
so like most mostly like for almost all non-STEM departments, it's mostly
Hmm.
females.
Okay.
And STEM, and if you go into STEM, there's like 90% male.
Mm. I mean, I think that's similar to
Yeah.
US as well.
So like for my department, it was like mostly females. There was like only like I think there was like 10 guys within our year,
Hmm.
and there was like 80 students. So like there was like 70.
Oh wow.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, okay, I see. And so then okay, so I guess in Nagasaki as a whole,
Hmm.
did you think you saw more like males or female
Oh,
students?
within the city?
No, 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 sorry. The
Oh, in the
Nagasaki University,
university.
like
Okay.
the whole,
Um,
yeah.
within the university, I think there was a bit more females than
Oh, okay. Oh,
males.
okay. Wow.
I think,
But
but I don't know.
not by that much, right?
Yeah, cause like my
Okay, okay.
department is like non-STEM, and like the departments that was around us was like mostly non-STEMs. So maybe that's why.
Mm,
But
mm. Okay, I see.
cause like my
What about like
university had like 3 campuses.
oh shoot. Okay, so it was like one of the bigger ones then.
Yeah, the campus I went to was like the main one. And it was like mostly non-STEM, so like it was like
Hmm.
mostly females. But I
I
bet
see, I
if you go
see.
to like the medical part, I bet there's more males than female.
Hmm. What about like what kind of people were there? Like economically, like social or like economic status. I don't know if that's the right word, but like,
Huh.
people that were well off versus were most students like living kind of paycheck to paycheck where they were working while they were students and they were like, oh shoot, I don't have money. I gotta pay for rent. I gotta pay for my tuition. Or were people in the middle?
I'm not sure, but like I think most people was in the middle.
Okay.
But me personally, I was struggling.
Oh, to kind of while working do student.
Like I was struggling to like pay rent and stuff. Mostly
Mm,
because I was lazy to work.
okay.
Mainly because I was lazy to work and like I only worked like the bare minimum. Bare minimum to pay my
Wait,
rent.
so then were most students working then while they
Yeah, like
were
most
a
student
student?
has to work
Oh, okay.
to like pay the rent or like do something on their free time.
Mm. How like I know you said you didn't work that much. Like
Hmm.
how many, I guess, hours did you work usually, like per
Me?
week or how many days? Yeah.
Me,
Like
I
how
only
was your
worked
work?
like 2 days a week and
Oh,
like
okay.
5 hours a day.
Okay, okay. But like so then compared to other students or like how were other students then? Like
Like
if you're
other
saying that they
students,
worked a lot more.
they were like working like every other day for like 8 hours and stuff.
8 hours. Wow. Wait,
No, maybe eight
how do
hours
you
too
do that?
much. Maybe 8 hours too much.
Okay. So like they were working on like days they didn't have classes then?
Yeah, they said
Okay.
the day they don't have any classes or like after class or before class,
Mm.
in between classes.
And that was normal?
That was very normal.
Or
Yeah,
was that like oh wow. Okay, okay.
but I was too lazy, so like I was like not working. I
So
was
I
like,
guess even though like
uh-huh.
yeah?
I rather like
Yeah, yeah, go
starve
go
to
ahead.
death than like work, so I didn't work at all.
Oh, so then like even though tuition is like relatively cheaper than
Hmm.
American tuition, like American university tuition, like
Hmm.
people still worked a lot then, right?
But like most people only worked because they wanted to like go abroad to like just hang out and stuff. It's not for like tuition and
Oh,
stuff.
oh,
It's for the
oh,
entertainment.
really?
Yeah. Like
Wait,
maybe
wait,
some.
what?
Maybe some like
Okay.
saved up for the tuition, but like most is either their parents pay or like their they get the tuition
The
the
loans,
scholarships. Yeah, loans.
scholarships, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I see, I see.
Oh, and
Oh, so it wasn't
some
like
people
mostly for
and some
like,
people
uh,
they get like free tuitions.
mm, I see, I see. So like, it's not. I mean, like working that much is not like totally necessary.
It's not. I don't think it's like if you're
Okay.
like planning to like pay your own tuition, then maybe you have to work a
Mm-hmm.
lot.
Mm-hmm.
But most people just get the tuition and pay back after they graduate.
Mm, I see, I see.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I forgot to ask. Like, this is kind of relevant, I guess. So like going back to like the demographics.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in America, um, it's not. Oh, I mean, okay, maybe like 70% or 80% of undergraduate students are like 18, 19, 20, 21 year olds, right?
Uh-huh.
But then you have like people, let's say, that went to the army. Like they, like in America, you could enlist and help out at the army, and then I think after like a couple of years, they give you like a GI Bill. So like after a couple of years of your service in the army,
Mm-hmm.
they pay for all your college tuition. So like
Huh.
you had people that were, over their 30s, sometimes like in their 40s or,
Mm-hmm.
older, that were taking classes with you. Like they were students like the same as you. And
Mm-hmm.
then you also had people that, went to community college for a couple of years and then they transferred to, university, or they worked a couple of years and then they went to university. So it wasn't just young teenage slash like early
Mm.
20s students. You had like 30-year-old, you had like actual adults with you taking classes. How about in, Nagasaki University? Like, did you have people that were older that were also university students, or was it basically
No,
just
there was like
young?
only like people from like 18 to 22, 23. Is it?
Mm.
22
Is it wait, how
mostly.
com or how common is it for people to like go back to universities like after they worked, or like after you're in your 30s, you're like, I want to, I have enough money and like I have the luxury to actually go to a university now, so let me
Like
let me go back and study.
I think it's very rare because
Mm.
most people who actually do that actually goes to like online school and stuff.
Oh, okay, okay,
They
okay.
either go to like online school or just go to like a different graduate school if they were like a
I see,
graduate.
I see.
But
Mm.
like I know this one guy that was
Mm-hmm.
like that came to my department like a year after I did. No, 2 years after I did.
Mm-hmm.
That guy,
Okay.
and like he was like in his like 60s
Oh shoot, okay.
and came in as a freshman
I see. So
and
it is
nobody
possible,
understood
but
why. Uh-huh.
it is possible, but it's really, really rare,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. I guess, yeah, 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 because unless you want to go to graduate school and become, like a specialist or researcher in
Mm-hmm.
that topic, you don't really
You
go to
don't.
university after when you're like an adult, right? Because by then, I'm assuming that they already worked for a couple of years, so they already have a job and, you
Mm-hmm.
know, they're already able to like make a living off of it. So
Yeah, but like
I see, I see.
that guy that I was talking about, the guy in his 60s,
Mm-hmm.
I think he said like he decided to go back to school because his wife like passed away recently and he needed something to like focus on. And
Oh,
like
okay, I see. So it was
yeah,
mostly like not for like a living, like I have to do this so I could get a
yeah,
job, and it's more like a pastime slash like kind of hobby-ish.
yeah, like
Maybe not
before
necessarily a hobby,
that
but something like that.
he was like a teacher in the high school
Oh, really?
and he just
Oh,
retired after his wife passed
mm,
away and then
okay.
like he just came into the university and like
Mm.
he's an actual like graduate from like Kyoto University, which is like the
Oh, okay, okay.
second best Japanese university.
Mm.
So like
Right,
nobody
right.
understood why he came to Nagasaki University. Like he could have just
So I
gone
guess
to
it's
like
like,
some graduate school.
mm, I guess it was like kind of like for fun too, or
Yeah, most likely.
uh, I see.
And
Okay,
maybe he
but
was like
so then
interested in the new department.
mm,
Yeah,
or the program.
yeah.
I see. I see. Yeah, I just wanted to ask that because in America, university is like a yeah. Like you could have young people, like people that just came out of high school, then you could have like a middle-aged men or women, people that are a little bit more older, and you have like slightly older people as well.
Yeah,
So I was just interested in like if Japan, like people even go back to universities after they worked or uh, after
mostly no.
they've like hit their 30s. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay, I see.
mostly no, and like
I
in
th
Japan, there's a lot of like good online schools, so they just go to online schools.
mm,
Yeah.
mm, I see, I see. Um, I think that's about it. I have to get going too. So, but yeah, we
Oh,
talked for like an hour 15.
damn.
We had one more viewer. It said two for like maybe
Oh,
5 minutes. So I was like, oh, okay, okay. Someone tuned in maybe. So,
maybe.
oh
Or is it yourself?
no, I was already in there. So I
Oh,
was no, I was one, and then it bumped up to two. So I was like, oh shoot, someone came in.
and
But yeah,
left.
but yeah, yeah, thank you for coming. We'll upload this to YouTube
YouTube,
after,
like right after,
um,
yeah.
yeah, after it stops editing the video or compressing the video. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I meant. But yeah, I don't know. Next week, what should we talk about? Well, we'll decide that later. But yeah, next week we'll probably maybe talk about like I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Well, I think
I think the
me and Tetsu will.
next step will be like graduation.
Okay. Okay.
What I had to
Graduation.
do after, like before graduating.
Right. 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 And maybe we could talk about college life, student life as
Oh
well.
yeah, we could do that too.
Yeah. Yeah. You could talk about the interesting people you've met and stuff.
I haven't met anyone.
Friends. And then yeah, and we could talk about your Taiwan study abroad
Oh
thing
yeah, we
as
could.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a lot of things to talk about, so don't worry. Don't worry.
Uh,
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Again, we usually have these around 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Times um, every Saturday. It's just that this time I had some plans later in the day, so I had to do it a couple hours earlier. But yeah,
yeah.
usually it's around 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then yeah, what is it? We usually have these bi-weekly. So next week is going to be the Japanese podcast. So you could come back. You don't have to watch that unless you want to listen to us speaking
Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't have subtitles, but yeah, in the Japanese one, we're talking about my experiences in an American university for
Mhm.
Japanese viewers. But yeah, if you're not interested in that, come back in 2 weeks, basically. So like the
Basically,
week
yeah.
after next week, yeah, and then we'll start talking about college life and what Tetsu did,
What
uh,
I did.
and what, yeah, and then how was it? Was it pretty hard? Working or uh, like how what kind of people he has met, stuff like
Mm.
that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it. If you have any questions or like a topic or suggestion that you want us to discuss, always comment down on like the YouTube channel or YouTube video comments, or send us an email. It's on this is the description of both the Twitch and the YouTube channel. So,
Woo.
but I think it's what is it? elnido dot podcast
Podcast.
at gmail
Gmail.com.
at gmail.com. Yeah. But yeah, thank you for coming and watching.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you on 2 weeks.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.